Okay, let's go ahead and get started. For the next little bit, we're going to talk about clustering in the age of HCI and hybrid. So, my name is John Marlin. I am one of the program managers in the core engineering department. My focus, Azure Stack HCI, I actually own failover clustering and a few other components. But for this one, we're specifically more going to talk about failover clustering. So we've come a long way in our journey with clustering. We originally had failover cluster administrator in T4 2000, 2003. 2008, we got a new UI, cluster manager, to present. Long way, but just kidding. Like I said, we're going to talk about some of the 2019 clustering top features that people are using. Not all the features, we're just going to talk about some of them. We're going to talk about some of the hybrid services that are available for your on-premises clusters and servers, and a little bit of a sneak peek about what's coming in the next version of clustering. So, top new features. First, the cluster name. We have a new cluster name now, a new type of cluster name. For those that are familiar with scale-out file servers, there is no IP address assigned to it. Scale-out file server, and now the new cluster name takes the node's IPs, populates DNS, and uses those IPs. You could set this up on premises. You can only set it up with the new cluster command. There's a new switch-management point network type. So once you do it, it'll look like this. No IP address, just the name. But your options, traditional name and IP, use the node addresses for distributed, like the scale-out file servers, or the default action, detect if you're on premises or if you're in Azure. Okay? We use automatic through cluster manager. PowerShell, same thing. If you don't specify management point network type, it will just go and detect. Am I in Azure? Am I on premises? Some of the other stuff that we've done for Azure specific clusters. Obviously, we detect if we're creating on an Azure IaaS. So some of the stuff that we're going to do is we're going to optimize some of the configurations for clustering. There's a new property, detected cloud platform. We'll detect we're in Azure. If it's on premises, it'll say none. Okay, and I'll talk about a few of the things that it does for it. But like I said, if it's in Azure, no IP address, just the name, just the node's IP, which means no more internal load balancer for it. No longer need to set it up for it. Virtual names today still need to have the ILBs created. You still have to create it for it, but we are looking at that for later on. There is some more stuff here. We've added some integration and awareness for Azure host maintenance. So if the host itself is going to have some sort of maintenance, then we're going to tell you about it ahead of time, let you react. Do I want to move roles off of that particular node? One of the requirements is the VMs all have to be, the cluster node VMs have to all be in the same Azure availability zone. But we've added scheduled events. So we're adding it into the failover clustering operational channel. If you have clusters in Azure, you've probably never looked at it. You've probably a whole slew of them. You'd be surprised how often they do maintenance on a lot of these things. But it's also going to, one of the big things about it is it's going to help define a path for if you get into troubleshooting. I've got nodes that all of a sudden hang for no reason for 10, 20 seconds, something like that, maybe a minute. Maybe causing nodes to get removed from cluster membership because they get evicted out because there's no cluster heartbeats. I can go and look, what time did it happen? Let me go look at the operational channel to see, was there an Azure host maintenance event? So, This is an example of what it looks like. Okay, here it's an event 39. We've detected that there is a cluster service detected. Azure host maintenance event has been scheduled. So I know it's been scheduled. Here down in the description, it's going to tell you the time that it's been scheduled for, what type of an event it is, but it's going to tell you also what is it going to do to that VM. This particular one, it's going to freeze it. It's not going to be an event that's going to take long enough to where moving the node VM off of the host isn't needed. It's not going to be down that long. So we're just going to freeze it. Okay, and this is what I was talking about, the node hanging or the nodes getting removed from membership. There's actually 3 different events. 36, it's imminent, it's about to occur. It's been detected, and it's been rescheduled. Now, we're going to give you the ability to react to this automatically. There's some new cluster properties, detect, manage events. These are the options for it. So I can say avoid placement. Do not put anything on this node when this is going to happen. I can say pause the node and drain everything off of it so I don't affect any kind of productivity. I can pause, drain, and then fail the roles back if I wanted to. There's also a threshold that you can start to say, hey, move this stuff all off within 60 seconds of imminent. Not when it's been scheduled. That'll happen on when it's imminent. And it's fully configurable. If you want to set it for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want it to do, you can. Okay? So now we can react, get your stuff off so that nothing happens from a production standpoint if there's going to be host maintenance involved. And like I said, if you have clusters in Azure, or whether they be a traditional cluster or a Azure Stack HCI, go look and see the operational channel of failover clustering. See how many of these events you actually have, because there's a lot more than you would think there are. Domain migrations. This was a real big thing. Up until 2019, if you wanted to move a cluster from one domain to another, it is destructive. You destroy the cluster, move the nodes to a new domain, you recreate the cluster, you recreate all the resources. Okay? Real pain. So we've taken care of that with 2019. Gives the ability to move the clusters from one domain to another while the cluster is still running. Okay? So I've got a cluster that's in Contoso, I need to move it to Fabricam. With a PowerShell, excuse me. With a PowerShell command, I can change it to a workgroup cluster, which is also going to remove all of the objects from AD. It's going to remove them from Contoso, so they won't exist, they won't be stale, take up room, and then run it again to take it to Fabricam. It will populate AD with all the new objects. Okay, so all while the cluster service is running. Now, you want to take all your resources offline, like SQL, if it's a file server, if it's virtual machines, you want to take those down if you need to. Do you have a question? Okay. So we can now do it dynamically. Do not have to destroy it any longer. USB witness. This was actually a lot more popular than we thought it was ever going to be. You can take a simple USB drive. I'm sure there's vendors out there that are handing out USB drives. Perfect for a witness. And it's a real simple setup. Here's the one that I've got running in my office. Little, I think that's a 1 meg, just a 1 meg USB hooked straight off the USB port of the switch that I have. SMB2 or higher is what we want you to have. You also have to have some sort of ability to create a share. So here, I go into the router's UI, And I can set up my share name, I can set up my name, I can set up the password for the access of it. Okay? Then once you do that, have to do it through PowerShell. There's additional parameter, credential, so that you'll specify that name and password for what you set up within the router. If you just do get credential, pops up the credential, put your name and password there. We save it into the cluster hive and then encrypt it so nobody knows what it is, so that it's always there. Then you're done. The age of hybrid. We have a lot of hybrid services now. A lot of people are wanting hybrid. I want stuff on premises, but I want to be able to utilize some of the services within Azure to do a lot of stuff. So some of the capabilities that you can have, you can integrate on-premises servers with Azure in just a few clicks. And this is using like Windows Admin Center. A lot of this stuff is in Admin Center now. We can leverage Azure for monitoring, storage, backup, disaster recovery if we need to, all up into the cloud. I can keep local files synced with the cloud. So as an example, here's some things I can do. I can use storage replica. I can use site recovery for my VMs, file sync, cloud witness. Use a lot of things. So as an example, here I have for protecting a VM in Windows Admin Center. I connect, I have my VM selected I want to do, which is going to be these two VMs, say protect. Goes out, starts to protect them. Didn't start automatically like it's supposed to. I have the worst problem with some of these videos. So I go more, protect VM, give it my location, give it a storage account that I want to put it to. Is that it? Oh, it's going to do it now. It's just running. Need to cut it out so we can see we're protecting the VM, successfully protecting it. So once it protects the VM, it actually creates the VMs up into Azure, and it starts synchronizing everything. Synchronizes the entire VM up into Azure. Once you go into Azure, into your ASR portal, you can see here's the two VMs that I want to synchronize, and it gives you a current status of it. Right now it's at 0. Once it synchronizes, and it's fully synchronized, I believe it's like 5 minutes, it will actually go and it's collecting all changes. Every 5 minutes, it synchronizes everything up into Azure. So this gives you a couple of different things. Disaster recovery. Something happens to my site, I need to go and start those VMs up in Azure. You can do it. Log into Azure and go start them. You can, if something just totally craps out with your local VMs and you need to restore it down, you can do all that with Azure, site recovery. So it gives you the ability for DR type scenarios without having a second data center. Just use Azure. We also have a cloud witness. So under settings now, in the new Windows Admin Center, we have a witness option now where we can set for a cloud witness. I want to use a witness for the cloud. I've got separate data centers that have both access to it. The only things you need is a storage account name and a storage account key. So if I go into Azure, go into my storage account area, I can click add. Then I tell it what resource group it's going to be in. So I'll select East Coast. I give an account, a storage account name, because I'll need that for the witness. And then what location is it going to be in? Okay? And then what type of replication I want it to be. goes ahead, creates this storage account for you, deployment, and it's done, complete. I go into it, is where I can get my access keys, because I'll need those to be able to connect to it. And their keys about yay long, about that long. So there's an option to copy it to the keyboard. I come back to Windows Admin Center, give my account name, give my account key. You no longer have to put the service endpoint in. It's not a requirement like it was for 2016. I give my credentials, sets it up. I go back into Windows Admin Center, and you can see settings, witness. It's created my witness resource, and it's online. Now you will notice, and this is on purpose, we do not repopulate this key. We do not want people to have access to it or know what it is. It's in the cluster hive. You can get it out of it if you really need it, or PowerShell. But inside of Windows Admin Center, we purposely do not want to display it there. So that's not a bug if you see it. We also can manage from Azure down to the premise. Specifically, what I'm going to talk about is the Azure monitoring. So here I can go ahead and connect to my cluster connections, and I want to look for, and say I have hundreds of them here. This particular store in New York, in Times Square, we will now have an Azure Monitor option over there, and this is for monitoring alerts. Let you know something happened. Okay? Right now, they're disconnected. We haven't onboarded it to Azure. So we click Onboard Cluster, and it's going to ask for what's the resource group, what's the region it's going to be. There's some analytics workspace that you'll create. So I say East Coast Retail. I select my group. So because it's in the East Coast, I'm going to set it up in the West. Good job. And then the same thing for my log analytics. I say IT admins NYC, and my workspace region will be US West. It will install some monitoring agents onto the nodes. Pretty quick, just real small agents. So you'll see here that it's setting up. Setting up takes a little bit, so we speed it up, which I should cut out to save a few seconds. Done. Come on, done. There it is. So now you can see we're connected now. So we've onboarded the connection. If I look at it, I can look at the health of it. I can analyze some logs. I can set up alerts. So the two nodes are there, created to that IT admins NYC. Both nodes are there, and I can set up my rules. Here's the rules that you have, and I need to double check. I can't remember if these are configurable or not, but here's the default rules. You can add other rules as well. If we get a node that's over 85% for 10 minutes, disk is over 80%, available memory, critical alerts in the system event log that you may have, all monitoring it for you. I can also, there's different options. I can have it send an email to whoever I need to let them know. You can also have it send texts if you want to, so that it'll text your phone. So here I'll just give my email address, which is Addy, who's over in the server storage booth. I'll burden him with this task, as they say. So now, if I get any alerts, anything happen, he's going to be made aware of it. So, if I go and look at it in Azure, you can see here's these same things. Here's what all I selected, what type it is, what the target resource is, if it's enabled or not. If I want to disable an alert, I can shortly. So basically it's the same thing here. So now, if I go and look, I happen to have an alert. The Windows Admin Center, 7 days ago, where were you, Addy? I can see, here's my alert. There was a cluster failure, or it found a failure. So, click close here. I go into my Azure monitor, sign into Azure straight from here. You don't have to change to a different tab or window. I still see everything's all connected. Go on. Actually log into Azure to see what it is. And I can see what type, what severity it was. Here it was the severity 1. So it was a critical alert. I can look at it. I can see here what the affected resource is, if it fired off a critical section or not. Since I had it send a email address, if I go and look at it, it says that Azure Monitor detected a health service fault, because it was health service detected it, and then it gives you all the information in the email about what had happened. So we are letting you know now, hey, there was a problem. This is what it was. Here's where we detected it from. Here's the event log, which computer it was, all the parameters, all the event data. So we give that all to you right up front so you don't have to go searching for it. And of course, it's a lot of stuff since there was 7 events. So now we're giving you the available, it is now available to monitor in Azure your on-premises servers. So the sneak peek part, let's talk about Windows Server vNext and what we're going to do with clustering. Roll back the curtains. First thing, we're going to be able to stretch Azure Stack HCI. I talked about this on Monday. I'll talk about it again on Friday. But basically, we're going to be able to put nodes of the same S2D in 2 different locations. What we're going to do when you set up clustering, we're going to go check to see, are these nodes in a different site? We'll first go by if the nodes are set within AD. A lot of people use AD sites and services. So set them up in there. That's the first thing we'll detect. If it's not in there, we'll go detect if they're on different IP schemes. Okay? We will call the sites by either, if it's the IP scheme, whatever IP scheme it is, or whatever the site name is. We then will, when you enable S2D and it creates the pools, we'll create a pool automatically for each site. We'll call the name Pool for Site Seattle, Pool for Site Redmond. Whatever the site name is, we'll call it that by that name so that you know which pool is which. The health service. Health service now will detect if there's a disk problem in this pool. We know it's in this pool, so if you go and replace it, it will replace it in this pool. Okay, same thing for the other one. Cluster performance history is also more site aware now, which it wasn't before. This is what it looks like. So I've got a stretch S2D. I've actually got 2 nodes in Seattle, 2 nodes in Redmond. I've set up storage replica between them. And then I've got a VM that happens to be running in Seattle. So there is and of course you see all the nodes here. There's a problem in Seattle. The site goes down for whatever reason. Cluster will detect it. Come on, die already. So the nodes will go down in Seattle. Now, there it is. So the nodes go down in Seattle. Everything's got to move automatically to Redmond. So we're doing this automatically for you. And that's a It's not up. It's offline. That's the group. That's the resources. So if you'll notice here, we're starting to move the disks around. So now my shared volumes, my data drive Seattle, are now online within Redmond, offline for the other group, for the destination data and log, and my VM is running. Did this all automatically for you. Okay? Now, Seattle comes back up. We are not going to automatically move everything back as a default. We will move once it comes up and joins. There it is. There's one. Missed it. So both nodes come back up. Come on, up. We're going to take the destination drive resources and move those over. Okay, because we don't want to affect any production right now. Okay? So at that point, replication can start. Everything that's been held up in the queue waiting to get over can start replicating. And my VM is still up. If I want to go ahead and move everything back now, like it was, I can move the cluster shared volumes. So I move them back to Seattle. Because storage replica is in place, we're going to automatically move the replicating drives we're replicating to back to Redmond. Do that automatically for you. And if you notice here, this is something we added for 2016. Live migrating. Live migrated the VM back for you. VMs will go chase the CSV. So we will have that automatically done for you. So we will live migrate it. So if you've got 500 VMs that have to get live migrated, we'll automatically live migrate them, make them go chase the CSV and move them back. Something else that we're doing now. Before, all we had was anti-affinity for roles or VMs. Now we are adding affinity to it. So now we can keep VMs or roles together or apart, especially in a stretch scenario. You may have domain controllers you want on each of the different sites with SQLs on the different sites. It's all site aware now. So I got multiple options. I can keep my VMs on the same node if I want to. I can keep them on different nodes, and that could be anywhere. Different node, it could be over here, it could be over here. They're just got to be on different nodes. Okay? We also have same fault domain, so we want these to always be on the same site. If I move this VM over here, this VM's going to follow it and move as well. So we're going to keep everything together. And of course, we've got different fault domains. My domain controllers, I want to be on different sites. And we also made storage affinity. If you want VMs tied to the same CSV, we can do that as well. The same thing with anti-affinity if you really wanted to. This is something that's new. BitLocker. Well, BitLocker's not new. If you're familiar with BitLockering cluster shared volumes, the BitLocker key is tied with the cluster name object within AD. Okay? So that if the CSV moves to a new owner, go get the key, unlock it, bring it up, and everything else. Well, in the scenario that I gave earlier, domain migrations, I move from one domain to another, that key is not in the new domain. Okay? If I go and I'm at a edge location where I don't have a domain available, BitLocker's not an option for me, so I'm less secure. So for workgroup and multi-domain clusters, it's no longer tied to the CNO. Basically what we're gonna do is when we bring the drive online, we're gonna go out and see, is there a key in AD? Yes or no? If there's not, we've created an additional BitLocker key just for ourselves inside the cluster hive so that it can always be unlocked. So now we can now BitLocker drives in work groups, multi-domains, any place that we're not going to have a CNO or AD available, we can now, with the next version of the server, use BitLocker, which we could not do before. With that, I thank everyone for attending, and thanks to our good friends at DataOn, they supplied me some shirts. So everybody pay attention, because I'm going to toss some shirts. If they don't fit, go talk to that DataOn guys. Here, let's get some short ones. I had 4 more. Let's get way back there. Actually, I wanted to see how far I could throw it, so let's see. I get way back there. And over there. But seriously, thank you everybody for being here. And I'm in the booth anytime.